Hey, it's Spence from LaunchFlows.com. In this video, I want to show you how easy it is to use LaunchFlows to create a custom checkout experience in minutes. Remember, with LaunchFlows, we make it as simple as possible. No fussy steps or flows or other things necessary. Just create a checkout page, create a thank you page, create one or more products, and you're done. Let's go. We're going to start out with the definition of an upsell is typically that it is a secondary product or products that you offer and sell to somebody after they've checked out with the first one. So here we're going to offer them the first product or the main product. We're going to send them to a nicely customized checkout experience that I did with LaunchFlows and Elementor. It's worth mentioning that you can use Gutenberg, you can use Classic Editor, you can use any of your favorite page builders, but I would recommend using Elementor free anyway because it just makes this as easy as possible, even if you use it inside of another theme. So we place the order here, and when we're done, instead of going to the thank you page, we're going to be taken to, a custom upsell page. What's nice about this is that you have full control to do this even inside of Gutenberg, inside of Classic, because we give you either the shortcode or the widget, and it has all the parameters necessary to just make this easy. So let's go through it first. If I say I want it, of course, it's going to take me on to the checkout of my choosing. You can have one or more checkouts if you want. It doesn't have to be the same one for every product. If, on the other hand, I say no, then it's going to take me on to my alternative choice. In this case, I have a thank you page. So I just bypass the whole experience and call it a day. Now, how did I build this? Well, the thank you pages are easy. Here we're using Elementor, and we're including one of the LaunchFlows components for the thank you, the after order details. So all we did is did a layout here, stuck in the LaunchFlows widget, which is a drop down here. And this gives me all the order details. One of the benefits of using Elementor, of course, is we can have the dynamic content, including, for example, the user first name. Simple as that. You can do this with a lot of other page builders as well. Next is we went ahead and I'll go back here, the upsell page. Now, this is an example of the multi-purpose of having all of our stuff underneath this working with shortcodes, but also working in a page builder. Here, if I look at the design, I simply use the components of Elementor to give me the real look and experience I want, but the mechanics of it are being done with LaunchFlows. So all you need to do is drop in one widget. And here's the widget component. It's our new Fields Upsell component. And you have some parameters that I'll turn on and show. First of all, the product ID is the product that you're actually selling. The next step is optional, and that is, in this case, I took you to the thank you page. That's the ID of any post or page or custom post type you want inside of the site where you want somebody to go if they click the no thanks. You can change the acceptance and the declining text. So instead of yes, I want it, it's like, oh yeah. And it gives you the preview that you'd expect. You can also hide the images and the title. Now that's what I did here because you see my widget is at the bottom. But if I turn on the title, you'll see that it also will give me the ability, once I update, to see the actual original title. So let's take a preview on this. And we can see that I've got the full component here. So one of the things that I could do if I wanted is I could just get rid of all of the layout stuff that I built with Elementor. And instead I could just use this natively. And I'll probably do this. I'll get rid of this and delete it. And let's update. And when we look at it now, I've got the ability to just have instant ready rock and roll. I don't have to actually do any design at all because I've got just about everything I need. Maybe I'd throw in the price widget or something else. Now, if you want to see what it looks like in Elementor, that's here. If you want to look at it in Gutenberg or Classic, that's here. So what I did in this case is this is an example of the same checkout, but now I've just exposed the shortcode. And this is useful if you want to get going really fast and you don't want to bother with custom design because you still get most of the benefits without any of the extras. So here is my page. If I edit the page, I'll go back to where I was. I just simply go back to the WooCommerce, the WordPress default editor. I would get rid of all the shortcode or the other stuff from the page builder. Click update. And then what I'll do is I'll pop the shortcode in that I had saved. And if you want, you can do the shortcodes manually by copying and pasting from our documentation, or we've included this handy little drop down so you can choose it from out of here. In this case, I just want to show you the parameters. So we've got the product. That's the number of the product ID or the product ID itself for the thing we're selling. Next is the ID of the post or page that we want to go to. And this is optional. You don't have to use that. Accept is the words that you want to say. So if I say, yep, let's do this. And then decline is the optional as well of, I don't think so. So if you don't have the next and you don't have the decline, you can just give it as a button that says yes. All right, so now let's take a look at it. And again, we get the same result. The only difference, of course, is we're not styling the buttons and such like we are in Elementor. But it's a fast and easy way to get you where you're going. So this is a new feature. It's added into LaunchFlows. You don't have to do upsells. You really probably don't even need to think about upsells. But once you get going, upsells are very important because once somebody has already given you some money, you want to take advantage of the fact that they might be interested in other products and they're literally at the checkout right there. So in addition to this, we've got some other features you can see on our other videos, including the ability to do lead magnets, order bumps, downsells, the custom thank you pages I already showed you, as well as donation or name your price. Those 5 things are the real core of all that you need to do with LaunchFlows, and all of them are as simple as just dropping in a widget or dropping in a component. I'll see you on the next video.